So thank you BW to give me this platform to speak about it. As the topic itself says, the expectation of CEO from the CFO. So not a difficult question probably. We all are CFOs here, so everybody knows about it, huh? I believe. So I've been on different roles throughout my journey of 20 years, starting from a consulting, sitting on the other side of the CFOs as an auditors. Then I bring in myself this side as a CFO, and now I'm a CEO as well. So probably I've seen all four A's, what we are going to talk about here in terms of expectations. So if I can, just to start with, I know we'll all are busy always. So anybody want to contribute or add, maybe if we can have few mics in the public, what do you think is an expectation of CEOs? पैसा मांगता है हमेशा, उसके सिवाय और क्या expectations होती हैं? If anybody want to add to it, or just to start from a glimpse point of view, from understanding. So let's start from a thought process. When I started thinking when I'll become a CEO, what should be the first thing should come in my mind? The first thing which has came into my mind is thinking beyond numbers. I think we all are very close to numbers. We want to see balance sheets, P&L, debit, credit. That's always been very close to us, and that's good about it. Actually, we are very good in that. But I think the first thing which has came to my mind is that I have to think beyond numbers. What is going to be there in an organization and where I can really contribute to. So I think the first and important skill which we have to develop in ourselves is thinking beyond numbers. The second is what? We are good at it, but we don't show. थोड़े shy होते हैं हम लोग. Communication. So I think communication is a very important role when you want to really, turn around or want to understand the expectation of a CEO. हम लोग अपने cabin में बैठे, हम लोग अभी we were discussing with the CFO Bajaj Capital that we always like to sit in our cabins, see numbers, presentations, asking team to do this and that, but we have to do a better communication in terms of what we are doing. अभी हम बहुत कुछ करते हैं, we do a lot of things, but maybe not able to present that way. Things are changing. Now the CFOs have a lot of time in terms of investing into that also, but communication is the second important thing. And the third and most important thing, which I personally believe, is strategic understanding of the business, which I understand business enabler, profit center, whatever. This is all part of strategic understanding. I think the focus of any business is always been to make profits or value creation for their stakeholders. But that is also very important to understand who all are our stakeholders. Anybody? Shareholders? Shareholders are stakeholders. Who all are there? Investors, vendors, bankers, government, employees, and nowadays it is society as well with ESG. We all know that. So I think when you as a CFO look at all the perspectives, all the stakeholders, contribute, try to add values to all the stakeholders, I think then you can really think from an expectation of a CEO, because that is what the CEO has to deliver to the business. The CEO is not only thinking about profits, he is not only thinking about shareholders only, he has to think about the entire organization, and that is what is his expectation from the CFO as well, that we add values and help him adding values to the all stakeholders of the organization. I think that is one of the important things. Now let us think, talk about something very good which we all like to hear. There is one firm called Russell Reynolds Associates. They done have a research, and in 2022, how many S&P 500 CFOs have become CEOs when they change their jobs? In 2022, it's 33%, and in 2021, it was just 8.8%. So I think the number speaks itself that nowadays the CFOs has converges themselves into the business enablers, profit center heads, or making business possible, and that is what it is. One of the important thing which I want to really highlight and which I followed even when I was article or when I was doing my audit or consulting, I think the important thing is that, problem solvers. Normally होता है यार दिक्कत क्या है ये बताओ. दिक्कत problems everybody can bring in, but the solution has to bring in somebody, and then he become a leader. To become a leader, you have to have a problem solver. You can say that इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए 100 करोड़ का फंड चाहिए, सीईओ ने बोला है ढूंढना है, किसी को बोला करना है. But I think the point is, it's not only one aspect of it. You have to look at in the multiple type of solutions. You have to bring in a buffet of information and services to them so that things can be really sorted out. And this problem solver is something which is also one of the very key expectation of CEOs from from the CFOs. So I think these are the few things of expectations. Now let us more talk about how we can really bring in. I think the first and important thing is alignment of vision and the financial strategy. So when you align your financial strategy with the vision of the organization, I think you are moving in a right direction, and there cannot be any differences in expectation and what you are delivering to your CEOs. So I think that is one of the first important topic which I really want to cover it here. And important aspect of those alignment between the vision of the organization, the vision of the CEO, the vision of the leaders of the company, and the vision, leader includes CFO as well. But we are looking from a financial strategy point of view. So we have to align all the organizational visions and our financial strategy vision towards that. The second thing is, as I said already, the communication. That means you have to build your trust and communication within the department, outside department, within the organization, outside organization, and with your CEO, importantly. Because I find somewhere few instances where you might not be aligned or may not able to bring that trust on the table with your CEOs, and that may become a reason of fall of an organization. Now, one thing which I know, we are all moving towards digitalization, or one of the topic in the panel as well is digitization. I think driving performance with data-driven insight. I think data we all know, but data as such data is not going to serve the purpose. So we have to get the insight from the data, taking it to the organization and make it performance-driven. Until otherwise we don't do this, there is no reason of whatever data mining we are doing, whatever reports we are generating, कितने presentation हम बना लें, कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है जब तक उसका performance हम link नहीं करेंगे. किसी भी data का analysis अगर मेरे performance से link नहीं है, organization की performance से link नहीं है, it has no values. The other thing is, now the old and famous law, or maybe the role of CFOs, is making a balance between risk and opportunity. पहले हम सिर्फ balance of risk करते हैं. हम सोचते हैं पहले रिस्क बचा लें, ऐसा ना हो जाए, वैसा ना हो जाए, ऑडिटर क्या बोलेगा, या फिर कंप्लायंस कैसे होंगे. बट वी हैव टू ऑल्सो बैलेंस द रिस्क ऑफ लूजिंग एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. What has happened when we start talking about balancing risk, we sometimes may may lose a focus on creating an opportunity and bringing that opportunity with us. And if we don't do that, I think we are the one who maybe become a reason of losing a business. So I think there has to be a balance between risk and opportunity, and that we have to bring on table with our understanding, insight, and we have to bring that value to the CEOs. And agility, championing agility is fine, but championing organizational agility is important. So I think that is the last point of submission, that the entire organization has to be agile enough that changing market condition will be able to adapt to it. Abhi, we are working in one organization, I think we were discussing with one of the CFOs. So CFOs are most agile. Numbers hai, audit hai, accounting hai, that's common in all the organization across the industry. So hamare liye agility is very common. But bringing that agility with the organizational benefit is something which we have to ensure. We have to keep our organization agile enough that if we have to change our strategies at some point of time, and there are big shifts in strategies. We know big companies who they change their strategies because of change in the market condition. We all see COVID as well. If we have not thought of work from home, उससे पहले मुझे याद है, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता था कि मेरी टीम work from home करे, but we all have changed that time. We understand that work from home is become the necessity of the time, and अब सबको अच्छा लगता है. We are talking to Karishma today. Traveling from Gurgaon to Delhi is 1.5 hours or 1 hour 40 minutes. So if we don't do the right things in the interest of organization with an agility, I think we'll not able to achieve our successes in that. So I think, broadly saying, not taking too much of time, as I know we are already delayed on overall session start point. So my thing is, I've been a CEO today, and I know the expectation is very clear that you have to work in tandem with the trust, thinking beyond numbers. You have to have a better communication, good communication within the organization, outside the organization. One more thing just want to add is, we are managing the stakeholder outside organization as well, including lenders for that matter. So I think we should not be shying away from managing the boardrooms, the good boardrooms, which we might think is the responsibility of the CEO only. So investors relation, I think this is not difficult for us. We have already done it in different form and aspects. So we have to do it for CEO as well, so that he can focus, or he can support, or we can each other support for the growth of the organization. And that is the overall message I want to give. Thank you.